Welcome back everybody for video number 3 and my final video for La Jolla, California, where I'll be talking about all the restaurants and hotels in the downtown area, the Windansee and the Bird Rock areas, and a couple of parks nearby, including Mount Soledad. I also want to quickly mention that if you go on my channel and watch my video called Introduction to La Jolla, I quickly talk about 2 hotels for their history, with the first being the Grand Colonial Hotel and the second being the La Valencia, also known as the Pink Lady. So having said all that, downtown is located roughly in between the Windansea Beach and neighborhood to the south and the La Jolla Shores neighborhood to the north. It's known to be the Rodeo Drive of San Diego from all the luxury businesses, and you'll find a lot of the street poles hung with flower pots. One of the main streets is Prospect Street, that's a block or 2 above the water and intersects with a few other streets that takes you up a few more blocks. Prospect Street also has the La Jolla Historical Society for anyone with an interest in the area's history, and there's also an art museum with a tall handyman figure on the side. Downtown also has other kinds of art, including murals on many buildings. I can't show you all of them, but I took a video of a mural map with its website if you wish to know more. There's also lots of stylish and artsy kind of restaurants and plenty with ocean views that I'll be talking about later. What I want to talk about next is the monthly art walk on the first Friday of the month that goes on from 4 to 7. The main place is the real estate office next to Morgan Stanley and behind the rolling marble across from the La Valencia Hotel. It turns into both an art gallery and a small party for the occasion. They have a DJ playing outside. You can get some champagne and other drinks. You can pick up a map of the roughly 20 art galleries that are open, and to help you out more, all the art galleries have small balloons outside their doors. I can't talk about all of them, but a unique one is the Legends Art Gallery that's Dr. Seuss themed and has drawings of Cat in the Hat, Sam I Am, some of his other classic novels, a few other face statues, and they also have a small drawing collection of Peanuts and Snoopy. Talking next about some coffee suggestions, there's the Living Room Coffee House that's only been at this location for a little over a year. They have numerous rewards on their door, including Best Coffee Shop, Best Cafe, Best Place to People Watch, and Best Late Night Eatery, where they have a bar in the back room, 2 giant TVs, they serve hookah, beer, cigars, and a menu full of different sandwiches, wraps, and all kinds of other stuff. They also won Best Desserts and have different flavored baklava, tarts, bars, streusels, and a good selection of cakes at the very bottom, including Oreo cheesecake and red velvet. Coffee place number 2 is Elixir Espresso that also has numerous rewards on their front door, including Best Espresso, which they have their own signature called the Screaming Goat, Best Cold Brew that's also made with the Screaming Goat, and Best Crepes where they have some variety on their menu. I ordered the Yummy Yummy that's drizzled with Nutella for $2 extra and is filled with strawberries and bananas. There's also a good selection of different gelato, and I want to show you their donuts and other goodies behind the glass. It's located in the La Plaza La Jolla building that has 3 floors with very beautiful architecture and has other shops and businesses that are worth checking out. So the first hotel I want to talk about is the Pantaii Inn, which is Balinese themed, located right across the water, and can easily be spotted for its large fountain in the very front. This is what the lobby looks like that has complimentary cookies and coffee, and they sell wine by the bottle. Past there is a small outdoor area with tables and chairs facing the water. There's overhead lights and fire lamps all over the place, and then in the back is a fire pit facing a giant mural of a temple. As for the rooms, I stayed one night in a room that included a good-sized TV and partial ocean views out the window. I stayed another night in the Ocean View Premium Suite that included a balcony. There was plenty of furniture in the living room, but I found the bed to be a little smaller than expected, but I still enjoyed my stay, and both rooms were very clean and in good condition. Price range, it's a bit more on the expensive side, but you pay for the atmosphere, the luxury, and the location that all make it well worthwhile. Now, talking about my next two hotels I want to suggest, with the first being the Inn by the Sea and the second being the Empress Hotel, that are both about a block away from each other. The Inn by the Sea will probably be your cheapest option. You're near the heart of downtown, and they won Best Hotel in 2023. This is what their lobby looks like, with lots of space and different sofas. From all the times I've stayed, I found the staff to be very outgoing and friendly. They have a pool outside on their first floor, and then next to it is a public room with a TV and some vending machines to whoever needs them. This is one of the rooms I've stayed in that was pretty good size, everything was clean, and it led to a balcony with some partial ocean views and looking down on the street below. Another benefit of staying here are lots of discounts at a few restaurants and a few tour companies. One of the restaurants is the Flowerpot Cafe and Bakery up the street that has a good collection of pictures, books, and other items laying around. Some inspirational quotes on the wall. Outside on their patio, there's also lots of flower pots. As for food, they have huge tuna melts that are served open face and come with avocado, jack cheese, and tomatoes. If you come for breakfast, I got the wake up bagel that's made with egg, black beans, and you're gonna want to take a few extra napkins because they can be pretty messy. As for the Empress Hotel, it's also full of great reviews and has another mural on the side. This is what their lobby looks like, and I like the style of the blue chairs and sofas. The rooms here are also very spacious and clean. This was the view I had with the ocean in the distance. In my opinion, the price range is right in between, not on the cheaper side, but not too expensive either. On site is the restaurant called the Manhattan. Lots of good decor, brick walls, pictures everywhere. They have live music every night, and they have another room with a fish tank, Marilyn Monroe pictures, and one of Frank Sinatra. They've also won a few rewards for Best Martini and Best Overall Service. I never had a martini, but the service and staff was great every time. Their menu is full of pastas, salads, veals, chickens, and steaks. I got the New York Florentine steak topped with garlic. The meat was very tender and juicy. For veal, I suggested veal saltimbocca that came with Parmesan cheese, and if you enjoy pasta, you can have a trio called the Manhattan combo of lobster ravioli, the shrimp scampini, and the cannelloni that's filled with spinach and a few different meats. So before talking about Windansea, Bird Rock, and Mount Soledad, I quickly want to mention a few restaurants, starting with Queenstown, that's New Zealand themed. They have sheep hanging up on the walls since New Zealand is known for their sheep population, and plenty of flower decor hanging all over the place. The two lamb skewers that come with a side of hummus and pita bread were all very delicious. They're also popular for their smash burgers, and if you come for dessert, I suggest trying the triple chocolate cake that was topped with, I believe, chocolate mousse. Restaurant number 2 is Blue Ocean Harumama, where you have panoramic ocean views, and it's located right above the La Jolla Cove. This is a restaurant if you want a good sushi roll. One of their best is their chef's specialty made with shrimp tempura, spicy tuna, crab, and avocado. Another popular roll is their padre topped with avocado and crab with shrimp tempura and cucumber on the inside. For dessert, they had these small animal face buns with Nutella filled on the inside. Restaurant number 3 is Beeside Balcony that serves Mediterranean food and offers good views down the street. I admired all their decor inside, including the honeypot room in the very back that's open, I believe, every weekend during the evenings. As for the food, they had the biggest lamb gyro I've ever had, and if you want a good side, I recommend their feta fries. For an appetizer, they have the beast board full of pita bread, olives, salami, goat cheese, cucumber, artichoke hummus, and a few other spreads. Then if you want dessert, I totally suggest going with the baklava cake. Restaurant number 4 is the Birdseye View that's on an outdoor rooftop, and it's always great to come on a beautiful sunny day. You can look out at both the ocean and get partial downtown views. If you come for breakfast, they have great breakfast sandwiches with breakfast potatoes, and then if you come for lunch, they have really good burgers. It's located on the Harumama Hotel that's in the heart of downtown. I didn't stay here, but I want to mention it in case you want to consider this an option. Restaurant number 5 is the Sugar and Scribe that's earned a number of rewards, including Best Breakfast, Best Brunch, Best Bakery, Best Pastry, and I'll show you some of the good looking ones behind the glass. Their menu is full of different options, including a few selections of sweets and all kinds of sweet coffee drinks and cappuccinos. This is another place with good flower decor, and I also admire their cliffs of mohair wallpaper in the back. As for food, they're very popular for their blueberry love pancakes, and I also like their biscuits and gravy skillet topped with chives, and you can add scrambled eggs for $2 extra. Then restaurant number 6 and lastly is the Blue Whale Cafe that's special for their ube pancakes topped with ube whipped cream, and another item I liked was their breakfast sandwich on sourdough that comes with a little hash brown. They own the Killer Whale Creamery across the street, a pretty good selection of unique flavors that you can't get anywhere else. I got a flight for $12 of the ube pancakes with matcha swirl, the Killer Whale cocoa and vanilla, the s'mores on the beach, and the caramel seaside turtle chocolate brownie. For some other dessert options, there's the Bobboi Gelato that's a very short walk to the water. Here's the menu of the flavors they usually have. My 2 favorites are both the mocha made with dark chocolate chips and Arabica Espresso Gelato. The other is the Mediterraneo, which is made with hazelnut, pistachios, and almonds. Then just up the hill is Scoops Ice Cream that has a decent outside patio with views looking right down to the park and water. They have another special selection on their menu. The 2 I got were the chocolate fudge brownie and the dulce de leche caramel. So one of the first areas you'll come across going south of downtown is the Windansee Beach and neighborhood. The main street here is La Jolla Boulevard that goes all the way through Bird Rock and ends in Pacific Beach and stretches for about 3 miles. As for the Windansee Beach, it's possibly one of the most popular beaches in San Diego and stretches for about a half a mile. A local icon is the Surf Shack that's roughly in the middle. It's a beautiful place to be at sunset, and it's been a historical landmark since 1946. Your best bet for parking are in the residential neighborhoods. Unless you stay at the Shoal Hotel, you're only a few blocks away, which is one of the benefits of staying here. Here's their nice little lobby, and the staff always made me feel welcomed. Outside is their pool area with a small jacuzzi behind it, and above it all is their giant Windansea mural. This is their deluxe king room, which had lots of room, and this is the bathroom and shower. Then another room is the standard king that's a little smaller and cheaper. Both rooms came with a small refrigerator and a small microwave. Both were also very clean, and I found the beds to be pretty comfortable. Now going south for about a mile from the Shoal Hotel is the very start of the Bird Rock area that's full of shops and restaurants. The neighborhood is named after a huge rock full of birds known as the Bird Rock Vista Point. It's one of the best places to watch a sunset and has this blue and artsy colored bench. You'll find many more of these benches all over La Jolla Boulevard that are meant to symbolize good spirit for the Bird Rock area. If you want to know more of the story, you can check out this pamphlet and go to the website, and or you can just pick them up at the Bird Rock Coffee coffee roasters, where I always loved going for coffee and breakfast. They have their own signature espresso called the Monkey Bite, some chocolate imported from Ecuador, and they've earned a few rewards from Best Coffee Shop and Best Cold Brew. They also have a few chairs facing the training room where a couple of employees were nice enough to turn around and wave at the camera. Lastly, if you come for food, I suggest going with their brioche breakfast sandwich. Another good coffee shop I suggest is the Seaside Cafe that's connected to the Bird Rock Surf Shop. That's pretty good size and worth checking out. Their outdoor patio is huge, and it's another place to get a breakfast sandwich, which is known here as their Bird Rock Brekkie. Their menu is full of different sandwiches and a good variety of acai bowls and smoothies. If you like peanut butter, then you'll most likely enjoy the peanut butter bliss made with cacao, almond milk, and bananas. As for other restaurants I enjoyed, the first is an American place called Beaumonts that has an outdoor patio, and they've also earned a few rewards, including Best Bar and Best Live Music, which they have on weekend nights. As for food, I ordered the Viking burger made with bacon and onion rings, and for sides, I suggest getting the blue cheese garlic fries. They also serve brunch on the weekends, where I recommend getting the 3 strawberry Danish pancakes. Then there's the Wheat and Water. That's another good place to come at night. They have a unique collection of beer and cocktails and something different every day for their weekday specials. Their menu is full of different sandwiches and pizza. Their margarita pizza was wood-fired, topped with basil, and was very tasty. If you want a sandwich, I recommend their Italian sub made with salami, cheese, capicola, with some pepperoncinis and red onions on garlic toasted focaccia bread. A hotel that's in the neighborhood is the Sands Hotel. That, in my opinion, is one of the cheapest hotels in all of La Jolla. It's average size with 3 floors and is about a mile to all the nightlife and other attractions in Pacific Beach, which is just south of La Jolla. This is what their pool area looks like. This is the room I stayed in that had lots of space. I give everything an A+ in cleanliness. The bed was also very comfortable, and the room also led to a balcony that overlooked both the street and the pool. Other scenic lookout spots you can find: there's the PB point that lets you look out along Pacific Beach, including the pier, some surfers, the hills, and other neighborhoods. There's also a set of stairs that you can take down where you can go for a small walk on the rocks. Number 2 is La Jolla Hermosa Park that has a few picnic tables and benches and gives you a clear view looking north towards some trees and nearby homes. Number 3 and lastly is Calumet Park, which is probably the only park in the area with this amount of green space. It's a popular park for family gatherings, people taking out their dogs, and another place to watch the sunset. These are the views you have looking north, and these are the views you have looking south. So now talking about a couple of parks, the first one I want to talk about is Mount Soledad. That's only about a 10 to 15 minute drive uphill from both downtown and Windansee. What makes it so special is that it's a veterans memorial where you'll see a lot of pictures and names of veterans of the U.S. Armed Forces, and ceremonies are hosted every Memorial Day and Veterans Day. You're located over 820 feet high, and you have 360-degree views of the coast, the pier, North San Diego County, Orange County. Looking inland is the San Diego, California Temple, the 5 freeway, the mountains, nearby cities. Then looking south is downtown San Diego, Mission Bay, and Point Loma. There's free parking all around the cross and a bigger parking lot just down the hill, which takes barely a minute to walk to. Then about a 5-minute drive away is Kate Sessions Park that will give you panoramic views of only San Diego, looking toward the 5 freeway to the east, following downtown, Mission Bay, and Mission Beach and Point Loma to the west. It's very popular for family gatherings, picnics, yoga, other fitness activities, and lots of parking is available, but there's also lots of street parking because it does get crowded on the weekends. So this is the very end for my last video about La Jolla, California, and I want to remind you again that I have another 2 videos on my channel in case you haven't watched them. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for another series of videos I have planned in the very near future.